Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, with your other host, Karen. I was going to say I'm your host, Brian, wearing the battle vest, or my boat vest again, because we're going to talk about a couple boat shows.
But then you remembered that you have a co-host?
I did remember I had a co-host that I had to introduce as well.
And wife.
And wife, yes. But yes, if you're watching this on YouTube again, it's another boat vest. I think last week's episode was Lacuna Coil, which was a boat show as well. This time we saw Gwar with Soulfly, both of whom have been are boat alums, just not on the same year.
No, 2 different years.
So I'm wearing year 2, which contains Soulfly. I haven't seen Soulfly outside of the boat before, so that's why I wore this vest to the show, and that's why I'm wearing it now while we talk about the show. But also, as the title suggests, it's Emperor Gwar, I think is what I'm going to call this episode.
Okay.
I like how that flows. But after the Gwar show, a couple days later, we saw Emperor at the Riviera. No, Aragon.
Aragon.
I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah, with Blood Incantation.
Yeah. So
which is why we went, basically, with Blood Incantation.
Yeah.
But.
So we're going to talk about that show as well, both of those shows and the concert report. But first, some housekeeping items, as we've been doing the last couple of weeks. We do want to hear from you if you're liking this new sort of format where we have sort of, the headlines and the studios and all that shit that we throw in here, or if you're not liking it or whatnot. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can definitely leave a comment. If you're listening to this, you can reach us through our email. Same with YouTube, I guess. Just reach us through email regardless. It's metalvice1@gmail.com. As well as Instagram. We're on Instagram. You can message us there and whatnot too, and that is metalvice1 as well on Instagram. So we do want to hear from you. So leave some comments, send us some emails and whatnot. So I never wanted to do that sort of plug our shit. We want to hear from you. It always felt fake whenever I see it on YouTube videos, so I'm still not comfortable doing make sure you subscribe to our channel and smash that like button every motherfucker does on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm not at the point where I'm going to do that yet. I'm somewhat getting comfortable with this. Please reach out to us and let us know your thoughts. So maybe we'll keep doing that. I don't know, but yeah, just a few little housekeeping items up front.
Last housekeeping item is this is our last normal episode for a few weeks.
Yes.
So we're doing some family things, and then a week of concerts basically when we get back from that. So we have some what we call filler episodes, which will be coming out, but they just won't have the same format.
Right. We won't do the segments. They're like our older episodes where it's just one topic that we hang up on.
But they're also not about concerts. So they're like our commentary on other things. So
yeah, we did Astroworld. I'm not sure what order these are going to go up in, but it's going to be the Astroworld tragedy documentary, Trainwreck documentary on Netflix. We did that. The Business Insider talking about ticket prices. We did a watch along and a reaction type video or whatnot, which is the first time we did that where we're going to have it up on the TV behind us.
It was fun for us. So if you really like that one, definitely let us know because we can find more things like that.
Yeah, that one was fun for sure. Yeah. And then our third book club, which was Mark Morton's Disillusion, is that the name of his book?
Yeah, yes.
His memoirs, really good book. Spoiler alert there, but those I think are the 3 filler episodes we have. I don't know if there's a 4th.
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, those should be coming out in the next few weeks, and then probably early May you'll see this sort of format again.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the end of April, the last week of April, we should have this format back.
Yeah, I don't fucking know how things work.
April 30th is on a Thursday.
So, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, whatever. Eventually, we'll get back to this format.
Yes, exactly.
And like I said, the new format, or newish, we've been doing this since the beginning of the year. Our first sort of segment we do is the headlines. So let's dive into the headlines. And this first one was an Instagram reel I saw. I don't know if you saw this, but apparently the UK is pushing through, I don't know what they call them, laws, basically. Whatever. I don't know what I'm trying
legislation?
to say.
Is that what you're trying to say?
That's the word I was trying to say.
But do they call it legislation?
That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
Anywho, they're pushing through new laws, and it looks like it might be spreading into the EU as a whole. But they're working to ban moshing, crowd surfing, any sort of mosh pit, circle pits, whatever it is. They're going to try to ban all of that at venues. No sitting on shoulders. And the whole point of this is to cut back on safe, it's trying to be safer for the crowds and whatnot, and that's fucking stupid, and you can get kicked out of the venue without getting any money back and whatnot. So
now, question.
Yeah.
Since last time we recorded, it was April Fool's Day.
So I did see this on April 1st, and it did turn out to be an April Fool's joke. I
fucking
hate April Fool's Day.
I was gonna say, I was like, this could be real, but April 1st fell on like Wednesday or something. So
no, this is definitely an April Fool's joke.
Good.
So she ended up turning it around at the end. Like, could you imagine seeing a concert without all this shit? That's not gonna happen. And when I was watching, like, God damn it, this is fucking stupid. What the fuck? And I didn't realize it was April 1st. I fucking hate April 1st with a passion.
yeah, I fell into a few of them. Like, one was that Wacken 2027, which they haven't even announced 2027. I mean, it's gonna happen, but they haven't announced anything. Was gonna be like Slayer, Metallica, like Suicide Silence, like all these great bands were going to be at 2027 Wacken or Wacken, I guess. Yeah. And I was like, I that one got me, and I was like, are we gonna be going to Germany in 2027?
Yeah, but I don't know about that. Even if that was the lineup, I would still be kind of iffy. This is a different conversation. Since seeing some of the videos of Wacken, especially the mud pits, that does not look like an enjoyable time for me.
Yeah, unless it's like perfect weather.
Yeah, which I don't think it would ever be.
No, and you need to buy those tickets the day that they go on sale. It's not like a we'll see what happens sort of thing.
It's one of those ones that's I definitely want to go to.
Yeah.
But like seeing those mud pits, I'm like, that does not look enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
Especially as I get older.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes over the next couple of years. Like if that happens or if they have some better weather. But definitely the last couple of years that I've been following it, it's been muddy and gross. So.
The first actual real headline, this is not an April Fool's joke or anything like that, but Mason Miller, he's a relief pitcher for the San Diego Padres. I think he's sort of their closer, but his new walkout song is Blind by Korn.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Well, I saw that Korn was used. I didn't like listen to it or watch any games or anything. But.
Really, really cool. I feel like if you're gonna have that as your sort of walkout song, or any kind of, I feel like if you're gonna have a walkout song that's super hype, you need to come out and fucking actually deliver. And he did. I think he threw like 18 pitches during that inning, striking out 2. Let me find these stats.
Because that's important.
To me, it is. He struck out 2. He had 1 base on ball through 18 pitches. It was his first save of the year, so he did end up getting the save in the end. So, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, but awesome job. You did great that inning. Whatever. I know. Sports balls.
Sports balls. You're not a fan of it.
No, not really. But we have went to games and we have talked about like what would our walkout song be? Because like they're normally like poppy songs or like something like that. Like to come out and like for batting and all that stuff. So it's like most of the times I'm like, I don't know this song, or like I'll hear it later and I'll be like, oh, I know that song, but how do I know it? And it's like it's from the baseball game.
Yep.
Especially when we were going a lot in like 2016, 2017, pre-COVID.
Times.
I guess we went a lot after COVID too.
We did a decent number, yeah.
But we haven't in the last couple of years. But so we always talked about like what would ours be? You know, like I think you made the joke of like Napalm Death or something like that.
Well, that would be funny, but no, I think I've always thought my cool walkout song would be Creeping Death by Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
But in particular, that part where it's like the guitar solo that leads into like the bass and the drums, where the crowd's just chanting "Die."
Yeah, but nobody would know it.
Die. Eventually, they would learn it.
I guess a few people would know. But yeah,
and hopefully,
I guess if you're walking out and you're like "Die."
Well, if I'm the pitcher, I would be the one. I'd be warming up, and I wouldn't be sitting there throwing the horns up or anything. But if I'm batting, something like that.
That's true. I'm talking about batting song, I guess.
I guess
the walkout song for batting.
It would definitely be in a clutch moment and whatnot. But I think that would be really fun. Just in the final bit, like you have a certain time limit for your walkout song because everything is now time based in baseball for some fucked up reason. But there's like a clock that counts down at Wrigley anyway. You can see it.
Yeah, I'm sure other stadiums probably have it too.
Right when it was supposed to end, it would be that motherfucker die. Like I was like, that would be fucking perfect, especially if you're pitching.
Yeah,
just the crowd chanting "motherfucker die" to the batter. Like, all right, this would be fun.
Yeah.
Anywho, I thought that was kind of cool. So I threw that in there because of sports balls, and I'm a sports ball fan, even though you're not.
No, but good job.
The next one I have here is Gloria Cavalera launches a new publishing company.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Now I've read through this, and again, I don't know the back end of like the music industry. I know you have like labels and whatnot. When I read publishing company, I thought that was like for books.
Oh.
It's for music. It's for like the publishing rights of music and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Which I was like, I don't understand how this works. I thought the label was the one who took care of the publishing and whatnot, but it sounds like not so much. The label's not always the same as the publishing company. So this is for publishing the music, making sure that like royalties are covered for and all of that. So very, very cool to see this, that she's got experience working with a bunch of bands in the past, including, I'm assuming, Sepultura, with the Cavalera brothers and whatnot. I'm assuming that's her relationship there.
Yeah, I was trying to, sorry, I scrolled down a little bit. Is she the wife or sister? Yeah, so Max's wife. That's what I thought it was. Or who she was, not that it was. Yeah, when I saw this, I mean, she's been with them from like
86, I think.
86, yeah.
Like
I was going to say
when.
forever, like 40 years. So it was 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool that she's opening up but she's been doing like management, I think.
Yeah, the back end management type stuff.
Yeah.
So again, like I didn't.
It's like a Sharon thing.
Right.
In a way. Yeah.
But yeah, like again, I did not realize that the label didn't take care of publishing.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I was like, oh shit.
Well, I think most records have like publishing on them as well.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Not through the label?
I don't know.
We'll have to look at one of
I
our
feel like
records.
I just want to like grab one and see if it has it. Oh, we can't grab
No,
one
you
because of
can't.
how the bench is, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing published.
Okay.
Publishing.
Well, yeah, just a new thing for me that I want to dive more into now.
Yeah, we do want to learn more about the business side of everything.
And given that she's like been managing metal bands for a while, hopefully that means she's gonna, work. This company is now gonna work hard on behalf of the musicians, and not just try to screw them over. Which again, I think I don't know the industry that well or anything. I just, from an outsider looking in, I've always assumed that labels do what they can to take advantage of the artist as much as they can. Not necessarily in every case, but to me, the label is always sort of like, oh, go fuck yourself, you business fucker. You don't care about the music. You only care about making money.
I feel like there's some, and then there's some that are
yeah.
definitely band focused. So
Yeah. Since you brought up Sharon Osbourne, I saw that Jack Osbourne was recently on a podcast talking a little bit about, amongst other things, but about Back to the Beginning and what band wasn't or got kicked off.
Yeah.
Right.
We still don't know what band it is.
Yeah, he didn't say. It doesn't sound like they're going to say, but he basically said every guest I've seen online that's not it. So like I think Motley Crue, he's basically saying like it's not Motley Crue. I can't remember all the other ones. He said it wasn't. I'm thinking maybe Slipknot now, maybe not. But the one thing that I found interesting about this, and I kind of don't give a shit anymore, like who got kicked off, who didn't.
I don't. I mean, that's so
At
old
this
school
point,
news.
yeah, exactly. And I like if when they announced, it's like, oh, whatever. I don't honestly don't care. But the thing that he was talking about that really caught my attention, and we sort of talked about this. We did a 666 when they said how much money they ended up making and donating to charities, which was a lot less than we had anticipated or thought that it was going to be. And we're like, I just want to understand more about the accounting and everything, because none of the bands got paid or anything like that.
So the first numbers I think came off of capacity of the venue,
and streaming.
And streaming, yes, but multiplied by the average ticket price to try to figure out like how much money was made. I think that's where the first numbers came from.
And like Tom Morello saying like we made 200 million or whatever the fuck the price was or something like that.
I can't remember.
But we were like, I want to know what the accounting is. But one thing he said, Jack Osbourne said during this sort of interview, is like, we promised to pay for your hard costs. We're not going to pay you as a band reform, but we'll pay for your crew. We'll pay for your expenses to move your equipment back and forth.
Yeah, not the crew, but like to get the crew there. Like they're not going to pay their crew salaries.
I don't know exactly. He said that we would pay for the crew. I don't know. It could just be the transportation as well. I don't know that. It didn't necessarily say, but it did say sort of the hard costs of like transporting your shit and whatnot.
Unless the crew was just the same crew for every band, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Like one crew and then.
Or like your guitar tech or something, like we'll pay for your guitar tech to come over here.
See, that's how I read it. So when I read the article about it, which was not on Metal Injection, but I'm sure it's just copy pasted. But when I read it, it was that Jack was saying that the band that they didn't have join wanted everybody to fly like first class, like the entire crew and that whole thing, to fly like. Or business class or whatever they call it. I call that first class. I don't know what the difference is, but that everybody does that, and like they wanted all this money for lodging and like all that stuff. And I think it was Sharon was like, I know the cost of touring. Like you are asking for way more than what the average cost should be. And that's where that all came into. So when I read that, it was kind of like that the crew was coming with the bands, not that they were paying the salaries of the bands.
Okay. And then,
So
again, that could be like the transportation, but like quote unquote, the hard costs.
yes,
So,
yeah.
So, but like what the thing I found interesting here is like, we said we would cover that. Therefore, that now makes up some of that accounting that I was talking about.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Of not understanding where did all this extra money go? Well, it went into paying. It definitely went into paying for transportation and lodging and all that kind of stuff.
Pay Aston Villa as well, pay for security, pay for all the vendors.
Right, but what I'm saying is initially they never said like what they covered, what they didn't cover. And that's where I was like, you said you're only giving £10 million or $10 million away of all this money that we were trying to figure out. You should have made a lot more money than that. Where did all that other money go? That's what I'm saying. That this was interesting that it was a confirmation about, yes, we did pay for these things on top of everything else. Yeah. That's what I found interesting. Is it's no more speculation by me. It's like a confirmed, yes, somebody saying, yes, we did cover these costs.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're going with this. I thought you were going to talk about.
No. So yeah, again, I just found that interesting to get some of that clarification and whatnot. The next article I saw that caught my interest was that Necrot signs to Metal Blade Records, which probably means, again, more music coming down the road from them, which... Again, we talked about reading Mark Morton's book, and that's going to be in the book club here soon. And here's our fucking cat.
Every day.
As soon as we start working, he wakes up and wants to be the center of attention. But he talked about getting signed to a label and then changing labels. And it was the label wants you to make a new record. So every time I see a band signing to a label, it's like, oh, cool. That means new music will be on the horizon very, very shortly. Well, within the year or so, I don't know. But
at some point, and then hopefully a tour after that.
Exactly. And a tour, exactly, to promote the album.
I wouldn't say within a year. I'm sure some bands take longer than a year.
Yeah, no, it depends on the band. Yeah, definitely depends on the band. But anyway, new music and a tour, hopefully from Necrot, coming down the works because of a new label signing. And the final article I have is that Anna Gara has joined Alice Cooper to temporarily replace Nita Strauss as she sort of steps away from touring. Because I think we talked about that a little bit way back when, that she was pregnant or is pregnant and expecting their first child. So I'm going to be taking a step back from touring and focus on the family life and whatnot. So Anna Gara is stepping in. She's from the UK. I don't know anything about her, but kind of cool. And that will wrap up the headlines. Let's head into the studio where we talk about new music that's sort of been announced to be coming out or sort of in the works for new music coming out down the road. And the first of which is the 68, with their final album, it sounds like. They Are Survived, which will be out May 28th.
That's surprising that they're coming out with new music and
their final tour.
Retiring, kind of, or stopping, I don't know.
I think they've been around for a long time, but we just discovered them, I guess maybe 10 years ago now.
I don't know, they just seem so young, though.
They do seem young, yeah.
Like, I mean, granted, not everybody's life is just touring and shit like that. But,
right. And
maybe they have other projects.
Shifting to other projects, exactly.
Yeah. And who knows? It could be like every band where it's like, we're done, and then 5 years later, they're back.
But that's coming out May 28th. I don't remember if I said that or not. The very next day, on May 29th, we have a few albums coming out. One of which is Monolord with Never Ending. This is a Swedish doom trio, so I'm excited for this. I don't know anything about them, but Swedish music, metal out of Sweden is like fucking awesome. Everything out of Sweden apparently is awesome. And doom is a big genre of mine that I love, so I'm excited for this one for sure. Yeah, plus they're going to be on tour with Chemist.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to make that one work.
You're going to have to probably miss that show, but...
Fuck, that would have been a good show.
I will make sure that I...
God damn. And it's at a great fucking venue in Chicago, too, at Thalia Hall. Like, so fucking good. God damn it. Anywho.
I'll send you a recap.
The price of having friends, I guess.
You could say no. Like, I have a concert to go to.
And this next one I'm going to mess up, also coming out on May 29th, is Fubarum, something like that.
Fubarum.
Whatever she said.
I don't know if that's right,
but they're coming out with Beckoning the Void of Eternal Silence. Awesome name right there.
Do you know anything about them?
I do not know anything about them. But their new one comes out May 29th as well, which will be fun. The last one on May 29th is by Balmora, with their album These Graven Halls. This is their debut album.
Oh, okay.
I've heard a lot about
I
Balmoral.
have too.
I didn't know they didn't have an album out yet.
I didn't know they didn't have an album either. Maybe it's one of those things that they're just doing singles or
for
whatever.
a while, yeah. But their debut album also on the 29th. Then on June 26th, we have Hum of the Heart by Converge.
Yep, I saw that.
Did you see that one?
Well, yeah, because our friend from Ohio went to see Converge in Ohio, obviously. And he shared a lot on Instagram.
Oh,
that
really?
Day. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, so then I kind of like looked into it a little bit.
This is available on Bandcamp. I think you can pre-order this now from their Bandcamp site. Might have to check that one out. And then coming sometime this spring, we have Kill Chain with their demo. I believe this is a hardcore band that I don't know a whole lot about. But it's a new hardcore band made up of other members from a bunch of other bands and whatnot. So this is their debut demo and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
So
Interesting.
if you're into hardcore, that could be your thing.
Yeah, not really my thing, but
Yeah,
we could check it out.
definitely. Yeah. Hardcore is one of those things, like if I see it at like a festival or something, or the boat, I really enjoy it. But going to like a hardcore only show, not really our scene.
No,
but it's fine. You don't have to enjoy everything.
I get bored after like 3 songs of the
Yeah.
band anyways, so.
Another one that doesn't really have a date yet, Judas Priest. No name yet and no date yet for their album, but they are working on new music.
Interesting.
And that's going to wrap it up for In the Studio this week. I have no more new music released, or at least I didn't listen to any new music this week. Did you listen to anything there?
Yeah, I listened to, Blood Incantation and Emperor and...
Not at a concert, though.
No, I didn't. I listened to music this week, but nothing new. It was all...
Yeah. I didn't listen
Same
to a whole
old
lot of music
stuff.
this week, so I need to get back into it. There was a bunch that was released. This whole new music released segment or section was supposed to be us talking about the songs we listened to. Hopefully, more or less, just forcing us to listen to new stuff so we're not in a rut. It's been a couple weeks of us not listening to new shit.
It's been hard.
When we get back from this family trip, maybe we'll get back into the groove of things, but who knows? There's some really cool shit coming out down the road, but I don't think that's till the end of May, especially like with Uda.
Yeah,
I'm really
that's
excited
true.
for
That's
Uda's new
true.
thing.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that when it definitely comes out. All right, and this week has been this last couple weeks have been very, very shitty with deaths. So let's make a quick stop over into the cemetery gates and talk about those who have passed by. And the first is Matt Krupanski. Sorry if I fucked up that last name, not intentional or anything, but he was the drummer and co-founder of Boysetsfire, which is a post-hardcore band.
Unfortunately, with the other deaths this week, I kind of forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, but...
I don't know anything about Boysetsfire. No. I don't know what post-hardcore is either from like a genre perspective.
Yeah. Is it just hardcore?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what these whole like post whatever is difficult for me because I'm like, what makes it post?
Exactly.
Whatever.
Same with me. Like seeing like post this, blah blah blah. Really kind of throws me. But he was one of the founding members, I think, back since like 1994 up to like 2007. And then I think the band took a break, and then they came back in like the 2010s or something like that.
Oh,
and he was in there till I think like 2012 as well. I'm not sure if the band's still doing stuff. I assume they are, but yeah, he one of the founding members of Boysetsfire. Unfortunately, he's gone, but luckily for us, his music and his art is still out there in the world for us to enjoy. Next, we have James Lollar of Gost. We saw Gost at the first edition of Milwaukee Metal Fest, or
was
this
it the first one?
re-edition. I think
or
it
the
was.
Second one. Okay.
He was on the bar stage, or their band was on the bar stage.
Yep.
Gost was, and this sort of like synth wave metal fusion thing. I fucking loved it so much. And they didn't have a set list, so we were unable to add songs to our playlist that year. And honestly, I haven't listened to them since.
No, I kind of forgot about it until I saw this and saw Gost. I'm like, wait, we've seen Gost. Like, and then I had to go back through the archives of my brain to be like, when was it? And then I remembered it was at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah, and I remember, and we did a podcast on that. We probably talked about it there, but in my head, I kind of had this thought of like, this would be a perfect band to act as that bridge for my friends who are into EDM and trying to get them into metal.
Yeah.
Like this kind of music, and it's just that perfect bridge, like soft introduction into metal. And I loved their set. It was so good. It was in the bar stage, very intimate, a lot of fun. I wish we would have been able to see them again, but I do have a very fond memory of that show and seeing them live and being like, holy shit, this is fucking phenomenal. The family has launched a GoFundMe page as well for his memorial services and whatnot. So you can go there and help support that now if you would like to. And again, we're really bad with names and whatnot. I'm especially bad with just reading English in general. So sorry for fucking up any of these names. But next we have Bo Lueders from Harm's Way. Not necessarily a whole lot has been said about his passing, other than you can kind of pick up what sort of happened based on what other people have said and whatnot. And this one really, really hurts. Another band I wasn't super familiar with. It sounds like they're also sort of a hardcore band as well. Harm's Way is.
Yeah, we saw them once.
Yeah.
With
Did we see them?
Yeah, so we saw them with Hatebreed at Concord.
Really?
I believe it was. Yeah.
I guess I do remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I did not put that together.
I think they're the first opener for that show.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. And they are scheduled on the boat this year.
They were scheduled on the boat this year.
Well, I'm going to say they are.
Yeah.
Because no announcements been made for anything.
Yeah.
But they are scheduled on the boat this year. So, and I feel like they were at Milwaukee Metal Fest too, but we did not see their set, and I don't know when that was.
Okay. If they're not on the boat, that definitely I understand why they would be.
Of course, yeah.
I've already started putting my vest together for this year's boat, and I got their patch. It's sort of just pinned on place right now. What happened a couple years ago, I think with this vest actually, At the Gates was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And they didn't announce why they're not going to be there, so I left their patch on and took Carcass and just sort of slapped it over a little bit so you can see both patches. But being like just a sticker on a bill or like a poster or something, like, boom, that band's not here, here's this band type thing. Knowing the story behind it, I probably wouldn't have done it in that kind of way. So,
because with the illness and all that stuff, yeah.
So, I think even if Harm's Way is not going to be on the boat, they're still going to get on the vest.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But again, you can sort of infer what's happening or what happened here because of what other people are saying and everybody posting like, hey, if you're having mental health issues or suicidal thoughts or you know anybody who is, please call the hotline. I think it's 988. It's like the national hotline. Get help, seek help. You're not in this alone type thing. So the messaging has been very positive. It's a very tragic sort of into his story, but like it's
all too common, unfortunately.
It is, yeah. It really, really sucks. It hurts. His family also launched a GoFundMe for services with the memorial and whatnot here in Chicago because he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what they were asking for, but they like overshot that by a fuck ton.
Yeah, so it started at 5,000, then they raised it to 60,000. I think they capped, like they shut off donations because it happened so quickly, but I think it's at $164,000.
Holy shit, still.
So I don't know how much money is going to go for the services and what the family needs, but they did say that the remainder will go to mental health services here in Chicago.
Right.
So,
which is awesome.
Unfortunately, very tragic, but
right. Yeah, it's awesome that they're able to support.
Yeah.
Chicago and the community and those with, I don't want to say similar issues, but like undergoing similar pressures and situations in their lives to try to help others out, which is phenomenal to add on to this, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that GoFundMe is no longer, you can't donate anymore. So.
Right. And like I said, just to repeat what other people are saying, if you're having suicidal thoughts or know people who are, or just want to get some help for mental health and whatnot, please reach out, talk to people, reach out. You're not in this alone, but there is the suicide prevention or services crisis lifeline at 988. So like I said, a very, very shitty week in terms of passings and music and whatnot. So really, really sad, but really awesome that their music is still out there in the world for us to enjoy in their art, and they will always live through that. So I guess let's try to move on to happier thoughts with the concert reports for this week. Like I said, it's going to be the Gwar show and the Emperor show.
Yeah, very little on each. So
Maybe we'll see how this
we'll
goes.
See. Yeah.
We saw Gwar first, then Emperor next. But I like how the title works with Emperor Gwar, so I'm gonna leave it as that. I think.
But we're gonna talk about Gwar first.
We're gonna do this in chronological order and talk about Gwar first. Okay. So we saw Gwar at Concord Music Hall on April 2nd this year as part of their Gwar Gor-Gor Strikes Back tour. With them, as I said, we had Soulfly and then King Parrot with them as well. Pricing for these tickets were $39 with $9.54 in fees and a whole 41 cents in tax. So let's start with the set list for King Parrot.
Okay. They started with Bozo, Disgrace Yourself. It's a Rort, Target Pig Elite, Psychotherapy and Volume, Shit on the Liver, Hell Comes Your Way, Home is Where the Gutter Is, and then they ended with Fuck You and the Horse You Rode In On.
So this is an Australian band.
They are Australian.
Which is kind of cool. The sound of them, I was unfamiliar with them. I'm pretty sure you were as well. But it was very, when they came out and the instrumentals were playing, I was like, holy shit, this is a very thrashy. This is really, really cool. Then the vocals come out and it's a bit hardcore-y at times.
Yeah. So I think, as we were talking about like the post whatever, I feel like Wikipedia has them as post grindcore.
Post grindcore, really.
So I don't know how that works in, but the grindcore kind of makes sense with the vocals.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it was very thrashy.
The instrumental aspect for sure. The vocals, again, at times were very thrashy. There was a moment we were talking about on the way home where I can't remember what song it was. I'm not even trying to guess right now. It's been a little while since we've seen this. But there's one part where they're just repeating the same line over and over. And for some reason, I got very Hatebreed kind of vibes.
Yeah, you said that.
With the vocals and the music and just how that song was structured. And for that one song, I was like, holy shit, this is very Hatebreed-esque.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess like thinking about the vocals with the thrashy elements, which they're not listed as a thrash band, but some of it kind of has like a Anthrax type vocal, like just high pitch, like the higher pitch, like kind of like a high pitched scream vocal.
And Anthrax is a good call out, I think, because for me, Anthrax has always been sort of the thrashy punk sort of sound, which I can get. Like hardcore and punk to me are also very similar.
Yeah, they have they draw similar lines. Yeah, so maybe that's where that sound is coming from. So in my head, so.
I really liked these guys. I liked the sound. I loved the energy of the band on stage. Even though like hardcore is not really my thing, it works really well together. I felt like. The antics on the stage, like the singer would take a swig of water and then he'd throw the water into the crowd, which I feel like we were all the way in the back, so we weren't that close to see, but the way he was talking and like his sort of commentary with the crowd, I felt like the crowd may have been getting a little pissed that he kept throwing water on them. Because there's one part where he's like, it's just water. You're at a Gwar show. What the fuck are you expecting? You're here in the front.
Yeah.
Like you showed up here in front to be sprayed with blood. It's water. It's not going to hurt you. Now, I was thinking the first time he did that, I was like, I wonder if he does that during normal shows or if it's just because it's Gwar, so he's fucking around with people.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it was just because it was Gwar. The one thing he did that I wasn't a fan of is like taking a swig of water and then
spitting it
into the crowd. That was like, all right, go fuck yourself there a little bit.
I don't like when bands do that or people do that. I don't know. It's just kind of gross.
Yeah.
There's somebody like, I feel like there's like a big band that we see, and I want to say Slipknot, but I don't think so. Like, I don't think Corey Taylor does it.
On the crowd?
Yeah, there's like, for some reason, I have a feeling it's like Corey Taylor at Slipknot, but
I've never seen that or heard that.
I don't know. But I pictured it that night, and now I need to really like think about who it is. But I'm just like, I mean, I'm not a germaphobe by any means, but that's just gross.
No, I agree with that. That one's a little weird. I have no problem with throwing water on the crowd and whatnot.
I don't like that either, but
I know you don't. You're definitely not like a fucking don't throw water on me.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I've seen people, like musicians and whatnot, take a swig of water and then throw the whole water can.
Oh yeah, Corey Taylor did that, and then you grabbed it and it squeezed on my head.
It bounced out of my hand. Like
well,
I remember
whatever.
that. I reached up, I grabbed it and tried to squeeze, and then it bounced away. But you got
it all
splashed.
fell on me.
So like I enjoyed that antics. He worked really good with the crowd, like somewhat making fun of them, like and whatnot. And I think it was all in good fun because after the show, after he got done, he was walking around handing out waters and handing out the set list and everything, hanging out with people. Except for I think there was one group on stage right that he must have like, I don't know, because he kept spraying them with water even after their show. Like maybe they were taking things way too serious, and he's like, "Go fuck yourself. Here you go." Again, we were in the back, so I didn't see that, but I loved their sound. I loved their energy on stage. It was fun. It was a lot of fun for me. Even though it's not necessarily our style of music, I enjoyed the set they put on.
I would agree.
Let's move along then, I guess, to Soulfly, and we'll start with their set list as well.
Okay. So Soulfly played No Hope, No Fear, Seek and Strike, Prophecy, Execution Style, Back to the Primitive, LOTM, Fire, Jump the Fuck Up, all one word, and they ended with Eye for an Eye.
So like I said, we saw them on the boat.
Yep.
Although we did not see all of a set. I can't remember what we did, but we came into the atrium. We watched a little bit of their first set on Halloween or something like that. And then we left to go do something else.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This was year 2?
Yes, year 2.
Yeah, I can't remember what we did, but I do remember seeing them. They were on the theater stage.
Yep. I said called? Atrium. Stardust
Theater, yeah.
Lounge or something like that.
Atrium was the stage that was where the Starbucks is.
So I may have misspoken. Yeah. It was the Stardust that we saw them.
I do remember seeing them. Like, the one guy had like a yellow jumpsuit thing on. Yep. And I remember enjoying them. But yeah, I don't know why we didn't see more of them.
It works out where you can't see everything, and maybe like Chimera was playing and I wanted to see all the Chimera sets or something like that. That was like my big band that year. So
yeah, mine was after the burial and then they didn't come.
Yeah. But I remember enjoying them as well.
Yeah.
This time around though, I liked them
enjoyed it so
much more.
Yeah, it was so good. I was surprised, like not surprised, I shouldn't say that, but kind of like what you're alluding to on the boat is I remember being like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
But seeing Soulfly play here at Concord, I was like, I could listen to them for another hour. Like, it was so good.
And people on the boat were super fucking excited for Soulfly. Like, you saw so many people like, oh my God, Soulfly's here. I can't wait to fucking see this. And yeah, we didn't see all the set there. And this time, looking back, I was like, fuck, I wish I would have seen more of them. And I want to see them now every time they come through.
Yeah.
The drums were fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Holy shit. When you heard like just the drums go off either on the solo or just as sort of like the rhythm that drums do as in a song, it was so fucking good. It had that like Brazilian sort of tribal aspect. At least the vibe I got from it was
a couple songs did,
very much that way. And it's like, holy shit, this is awesome.
I remember the Eye for an Eye song that they played last. I remember that from the boat. So that was the only one that I like recognized or whatever. So, but I enjoyed it so much. I'm not a Gwar fan, so I would have been. I think I even made a gesture to you, like, okay, we can go now. But it was a really good set.
I'm also not the biggest Gwar fan. I think the big selling point for this show was definitely Soulfly for us because it was another opportunity to get a batch taken off the vest, so to speak. So like after I make these vests, I wear them to live shows only for the bands on here. And the goal is to see every band at least once off the boat as well. So seeing Soulfly on there was like an opportunity, like, okay, now I can wear the vest to get them checked off the list type of thing.
So I know about your whole vest thing, but I swear this show was like, you're like, oh, I want to see a Gwar headlining show. So I thought we were going for Gwar, not Soulfly.
Soulfly was definitely the main selling point. The other aspect of it, though, was exactly that. We have never seen Gwar on their own tour. We've always seen them at a festival.
Yes.
And I'm counting the boat as like a festival.
Oh, yeah. I would
where, it's an abridged set. They're still going to do the same antics and spray blood and whatnot, but I've never seen them on their own headlining tour where it's their thing. They can do whatever the fuck they want. So I was excited to see how it would be different from them. But yeah, Soulfly was sort of the other main driver for this. I would say a little bit more so than simply seeing Gwar at a Gwar show.
Yeah.
Soulfly, though, for me at the end of the night, probably took the cake. They were
for sure.
number one band.
For sure.
And then honestly, maybe King Pirate and then Gwar. Like, I liked King Pirate that much, and I'm not the biggest fan of Gwar, but King Pirate was fucking awesome in my.
I would go
opinion.
in that order too, but you probably figured that out.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
you hate Gwar.
I'm not a fan of Gwar.
But Soulfly, so fucking good. And I really, really want to see them again. Hopefully at like a headlining type.
Oh
show
yeah, that'd
for
be
sure.
fun. Yeah.
But let's move on real quick to Gwar and read off their set list of 17 songs.
Fuck This Place, Cracking the Egg, Eighth Lock, Have You Seen Me, Tormentor, Hate Love Songs, Lot Lizard, Sadama Go-Go, I'm in Love with a Dead Dog, Metal Metal Land, El Presidente, Tyrant King, Hell Genocide, Gor-Gor, and then their encore was Motherfucking Liar, Pink Pony Club, and they ended with Sick of You. And you alluded to it, but we were way in the back.
Yes. We didn't want to get sprayed.
Well, I definitely didn't. So as soon as we got there, because Concorde's not that big.
Yeah.
It's pretty small. So even like standing in the back, I'm like, I don't know if I'd be safe. So as soon as we got there, you went and looked for merch. Because I think you wanted a patch or something.
I needed to get a patch for Gwar for this year's vest.
Yeah. So, but as soon as we got there, I went straight to the back because there is like a bench seat, and then they have three pillar
type things
that you can sit on. I don't know if you're supposed to sit on them, but we do because then I can see over people's heads. So that's what I was going for, is to kind of stake out one of those because we were there early before everything started. So,
which a lot of people showed up early to get close to the stage so they can get sprayed.
Yeah, but a lot of people were in the back this time. So
there were a lot of people in the back. Yeah.
So a lot more than the last couple shows that we've seen there.
Did it feel like a weird crowd to you?
Yeah.
It felt like I felt like I saw a bunch of bros.
I saw bros and also people who didn't necessarily, okay, I'm stereotyping people, but didn't necessarily seem like metalheads.
Yes.
And more like maybe they've heard of Gwar, or
we're coming
like,
for the show, for the antics. Yeah.
Or like, I'm not a metalhead, but I like the Gwar aspect, or they saw it on like social media or something. Because I've seen a lot about Gwar on social media this year, and maybe it's just because one, we're following bands a lot closer, but then also like this tour was coming up and stuff like that. But
after Riot Fest last year, they were a little bit in the news for, I think, killing JD Vance or something like that.
Yeah.
And then people were like, how dare you like show violence, and you're normalizing violence, and it's bad to do.
Was that for JD Vance, or
I think
was
it
it the Trump thing?
Could
because
be both.
I saw something about Trump like saying like, I don't know, but it's like they do it for everybody.
And that's what, like, all the comments I saw on like Reddit and everything are like, oh, people are pissed at Gwar being Gwar, and it's like, they've killed every president on stage back to like maybe Carter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like when we saw him at Riot Fest, it was Carter and or was it? Because I know it was Hillary Clinton.
So every
was
year
on the stage, but I feel like it was like Carter was.
No, it would have maybe Joe Biden.
Or Bernie Sanders.
Maybe Bernie Sanders.
I think it was Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders that they did.
So every election cycle, whoever's in the primaries and like the top of the primaries,
or just like in the news.
Yeah,
I think that was like about Hillary's emails or whatever.
Those politicians are always the ones that get killed, and they always make jokes about that. One joke they made, in this one, they killed a little immigrant kid.
Yeah.
Not the ICE agent. They had a fake ICE agent come up that killed a migrant child, and then they're like blowing the migrant child or something.
That's so stupid.
And the one thing I did like that about that, or like, I thought pedophiles were all cool now. I thought everybody liked them. And I was like, no, we don't. But they're making fun of the Epstein files, basically.
I get the jokes with Gwar. Okay, I gotta. So I get the jokes of Gwar. I think a lot of them are like men joke or like boy jokes, or like whatever. Like, and it doesn't get like. Some
Definitely
of them
very
are funny.
adolescent jokes.
Yeah, some of them are funny, but I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, that's my brain just goes to, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm not a fan of it.
I'm in love with a dead dog. They brought out Christy Gnome because she killed her dog.
Yeah.
So like some of them are topical, and I like how they play into the songs they have. And on the boat the first year they were there, I was talking to somebody, and they're like super excited to see Gwar, and I was like, yeah, I don't like their music, but their shows are kind of fun. And the guy's like, nobody likes their music. They only like the show, which I disagree. Some of the music I really do enjoy. Some of it is very kind of stupid and whatnot. But the show is definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I do think that's why a lot of people show up, which might be why the audience seemed
It's a little different.
very different for sure.
Yeah. The Motherfucking Liar, I remember that. That was
they always play that.
Clinton coming. Well, and they changed it up, I feel like, but Clinton came out reading the Epstein files.
Yes. And they did like the whole redacted.
Yeah.
Hanging out in the hot tub with my best friend Donald, redacted Trump.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. And then if you haven't seen a Gwar show, it's whoever they bring out gets their head chopped off, or like, was it Christy Nome got her boobs chopped off or whatever, and then they spray the blood all over everybody. Yep. It's so fucking stupid. But but that's why I wanted to be in the back. So I'm like, I do not want to deal with any of that.
So this year on the boat with the vest, I hope to get sprayed with the vest on by Gwar on the boat.
Just to do it.
I've never been sprayed by them, so I think it'd be fun. I did see people as we were walking out in like white blazers. I saw them walk in with the white blazers, and they walked out just covered in fake blood. Yeah. We also saw a reel the night before, or whatnot, that was at a venue Gwar had just played, and they were like, the amount of blood on the ground was so fucking thick and just so much. We didn't stick around to see that. I wish we kind of would have, but whatever. The show's stupid. It is. I still enjoyed it enough to be like, oh, this is fun and enjoyable. But again, from like a music perspective and who put on a better live show. I mean, this was a show for sure. This is definitely a show.
It's a different aspect.
So I mean, from that aspect, I guess their show was the best because it is the most elaborate and entertaining to me. Musically, definitely, it would be Soulfly, King Parrot, then Gwar for sure.
I think we both agreed in that Uber home that we would rather see Gwar at like a festival where you can see a few songs and then walk on. Yeah. And not necessarily be like, this is the reason, or like their headlining show where there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, and you still get the aspect of being sprayed and whatnot if you're really into that. But yeah, you can get the experience and move along. So
I don't know. On the boat, depending on who's out playing, I might just be like,
pass that one by.
I'm good. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first show, Gwar. Let's move on to Emperor.
Sounds good.
Which was the Imperial Raft Tour with Blood Incantation and Emperor. This was at Aragon Ballroom on Saturday, April 4th. We paid $50 for a ticket with $15.68 in fees and $5 in tax this time.
Yeah.
For tax. That's a lot for tax for sure.
But what did I find tickets at?
You saw them like the day of or something. It was like $20.
I think it was when we were at Gwar, like in between bands. Okay. I was like looking to kind of see like what time everything was and stuff. And you had to buy 2 tickets, but they were $20 each.
Much cheaper.
With a total of it was $44 total when you go to check out. So we paid well over what we had to.
One ticket price for the price of 2 if you bought them closer to the day of.
Well, with even fees and stuff, it would have been less than a ticket that we bought for 2 tickets. So,
which, I mean, I kind of get it. If you're not selling your tickets, lower the price because the venue cares more about
the beer
sales and whatnot. Because it's $20 a beer, which is outrageous, but whatever. So it makes sense, I suppose. Going into this, I always thought this was Blood Incantation's show.
Is that because we always said the Blood Incantation show?
I think so. I mean,
like not realizing that it was Emperor.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I always knew it was Emperor, but in my mind, we were going because of Blood Incantation.
And honestly, I didn't know a whole lot about Blood Incantation. We tried to go to one summer festival a year. And last year's summer festival was Incarceration in July in Mansfield, Ohio. And on that same weekend in Chicago, there were a lot of great fucking shows that came through. And the Company of Serpents was in town. We haven't seen them since the first Decibel Denver Beer and Metal Festival. I really want to see them again. And I was just thinking about them like, holy shit, we haven't seen them forever. And then like the very next day, we're going to come to Sleeping Village or wherever the fuck they went. I was like, God damn it, that would have been fucking awesome. The other one that happened that weekend that we didn't do, which was like the big miss for me last year, was Blood Incantation playing at the Bohemian National Cemetery here in Chicago. And I was like, I don't know anything about this band. I can guess a lot about the band based on the name and sort of their logo and like what they are, like, you know, that kind of stuff. This venue, like playing in a cemetery, would have been fucking phenomenal. And we talked to a few people who did go to that show.
They were able to go, yeah.
And like that show was fucking insane. It was so good. It was eerie and creepy and just so fucking amazing to be there in the cemetery.
Right.
And I was like, God damn it, that would have been so much fucking fun.
And then after seeing their music, thinking about being in a cemetery to see it, oh my God, it would have been so amazing. Like, even take the cemetery part out of it, just being outside, like listening to it, it would have been so good.
And the other thing with Blood Incantation is toward the end of last year, and honestly, even to this day, if I go through Reddit and like the heavy metal vinyl or whatnot, or heavy metal subreddits and all that, it's like at least once a week, I feel like, where somebody posts the Blood Incantation album, like the last one I got you it for Christmas, I think. We hadn't listened to it because we wanted to see this show, and it was like, this is the best album of the year or something. Oh my God, listen to this album again. I can't stop listening to it. It's so fucking good. And so I was like, all right, people are fucking hyped about Blood Incantation. This show's gonna fucking sell out like soon. Like real
I thought
quick.
it would sell out too, so that's why I was like, we bought tickets like right when they went on sale,
right?
Because we were kind of nervous about selling out, but
clearly
we didn't need to do that. We didn't need to do that at all.
I mean, even when we started out at this show, we got somewhat close, not very very close to the stage, but close enough. And I remember looking around, being like, "There's fucking nobody here. Like, it's a good there's people here." But there's a bunch of moving, like you can move around if you really want to.
There was plenty of room. Yeah.
It filled more out at the end of the night, but there was still a lot of room.
Yeah.
To me, this feels like this is what an Aragon Ballroom show should be maxed at for capacity.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Maybe a few more because the balcony wasn't that
true.
busy.
Like maybe a couple hundred more people or whatever, but not like we've been to.
I feel like there's some shows that get way sold out.
Oh, yeah.
Like way oversold. Yeah. This felt like a comfortable crowd to be in. And I hinted at the balcony. We went up to the balcony for the first time. I had been up there at a past show, and this time we went over, talked to the person. We didn't do the $35 upgrade to get like a particular seat or whatnot, but you can apparently just go up to the balcony and stand in the back, and that's what we did, and it wasn't too bad up there, honestly.
No, it's not bad. I mean, especially we went for Emperor. We were downstairs for Blood Incantation, and then I got really hot, so we moved upstairs. I don't know. But yeah, like I think it would be nice for some shows to be able to see, because you can see the stage perfectly from up there.
Sounds great.
It sounds good. And you're not necessarily like in the crowd of people. Like, I don't know. There's just sometimes where like I don't want to be in that crowd of people.
Right.
But then there's some shows like Lamb of God, Whitechapel, that sort of thing. I want to be in that crowd of people. So it's just the comfort level or the band or that sort of thing.
And up there are sort of sections, like there's box seats that are reserved. You have to pay for those. And then off on stage left and stage right, those wing areas, it seems like a general admission type bench seating almost. And those are also reserved. Like you have to have that VIP upgrade to get up into there.
You have to have like a special band or whatever to like get up there. So
each one of those wing areas has its own bar, it looks like, as well. There is a bar straight back and then sort of center stage front of house type area where that's just open for anyone, I believe. There's also 2 bathrooms, a men's and a women's.
Yeah. They do say VIP bathrooms on
Do they
them.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But
yeah, it's 4 stalls. There's not many people in there.
So, yeah.
I saw people come upstairs.
I did too.
To go to those bathrooms.
Yeah, I did too. I'm assuming if it's like a sold out show or something, maybe they like kind of block it off a little bit.
There might be, yeah.
I mean, this show, they didn't really care.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the other thing. We haven't been there during like a sold out show where even that section might be reserved and you can't get up there unless you pay for the upgrade. This particular night, it was fair game. Like, go ahead, get up there. Just don't get in the box seats and whatnot.
It does remind me a lot of the rave.
Yeah, it does.
Where you can like kind of hang out in the back area. So some shows I think you can get up there no matter what and hang out in that back area. But then some shows I think it's like you have to buy an upgraded general admission ticket to stand back there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like Milwaukee Metal Fest is that way, it seems like, where you have to pay for the upgraded box seats. But if you have like a VIP package without the box seat, you can still get up there, but you still have to have like that VIP package type thing to get up into that back area, like the standing room only.
Yeah, it's just interesting, like how that all works, but
for sure. But yeah, that's the new aspect of the venue that we haven't really experienced before. Just want to quickly touch on that before getting into the set list of Blood Incantation.
So they played the Stargate Tablet 1, the Stargate Tablet 2, the Stargate Tablet 3, the Message Tablet 1, the Message Tablet 2, the Message Tablet 3, and then Vitrification of Blood Part 1. It was kind of like an encore even. Like they kind of left and then came back. Because I thought they were done. Like you took your earplugs out. I turned around to like kind of talk to you because I wanted to be like, oh my God, that was fucking awesome. Like I wish they were playing another hour. And then they came back out. So I'm like, oh shit, it's not done.
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know why Vitrification of Blood Part 1 is the only one on there, other than maybe timing.
Timing, probably, yeah.
Also, not knowing their set list, maybe they don't have a Part 2, which if they don't have a Part 2, that's fucking awesome.
Or it's coming, just not,
or it's
not
coming,
out
yeah.
yet. Yeah.
This does say it's the Absolute Elsewhere sort of set. Normally it says like set list, but it's Absolute Elsewhere. I wonder if that's the album that they played in full.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know their work that much. I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ever even... I know the logo, and I know of them. And then, like, they were at Decibel last year, which we weren't able to make it last year.
Oh, were they in Denver?
In Denver, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, this would have been perfect for Decibel. I think they headlined as well. So
up to the Vitrification of Blood, it was that album in full, which is the main album I see everybody talk about, which was had like the pyramids in space and whatnot. Which,
that's cool that they played that in full then.
Yeah, which makes sense for the type of music, like pyramids in space. It was very... I got basically the heavy metal version of Pink Floyd was in my head of what this was.
Oh, okay.
I was like, this, like the progressive, the proggy fucking shit that they did in the middle.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, this is blowing me away. I love
but then you
this.
have like the deep death metal as well. Like, I don't know, the composition of the songs just went together so well. And it's like you got that deep death metal and then the proggy, like, I mean, there was even one point where it was like kind of like not jazzy, like mariachi type sound in the middle, which I know it's probably not mariachi, that's probably the wrong sound, but like kind of like just like dancey, like sort of thing in the middle, and then you went right back into the death metal side of things.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. I loved it. I fucking loved every aspect of that. Like I thought about this, and you texted out, like, we don't talk, like, you put on your phone, you text the message, and you showed it to me, and I had the same thought. So get your drinking glass ready, because I'm bringing up Dead and Company, the Grateful Dead. My buddy who
takes me to the Dead and Company concert.
That. My buddy who got me into the Grateful Dead and taking me to Dead and Company concerts, I think this would be a good bridge. He did reach out to me a while ago, a couple years ago. He's like, if you're going to a metal show, I'd like to go with you. So I took him to Dream Theater. I was like, that's going to be a good introduction for you. And it was. He loved Dream Theater.
Well, this is basically almost like Dream Theater, just death metal.
Yes.
It's the same concept.
Same progginess and whatnot, but then you have the death metal aspect.
Yeah.
I got Opeth vibes as well. Opeth has the same sort of death metal progressive aspects.
Yeah.
I fucking loved Blood Incantation.
Yeah.
Holy
but anyways,
shit.
What you were saying, or what I typed to you, and I think you even thought it as well, is like that your friend would love the composition of the songs.
I think this
like,
would be a good introduction.
Like not necessarily needing to like death metal or like anything like that, but it's just how the songs come together and how it melds together.
I think he would have appreciated it. I think he would have enjoyed it, especially if he was interested in metal. Like, this is a good way to, like, again, what we talked about with Gost earlier, this is sort of a band I could see as being one of those bridges between genres for people who want to sort of dip their toe into something. So like bands like this that, can be that bridge, I think I hold them in like the highest regards because of that ability. And a lot of people don't venture out of their comfort zone for music. I feel like metalheads are more comfortable stretching out. Most of us, not you necessarily.
I was like, no,
I
like
for sure am. And I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
But even within metal, like there's all the subgenres within metal that we all like dip our toes and explore.
Yeah. I love finding things like this though, that I didn't know what I didn't know what Blood Incantation was, but same as you, I had seen so much about them. And knowing that they played the Cemetery, I was like, I really want to see them. Like, I don't care what they play, but I just want to see it. And but like listening to it live, I was blown away.
They had a guy on synth as well. They had a synth back there that he played with every now and then. And I did notice that during their set too, that every sound you heard came from them.
Yes,
it
of
wasn't a
course.
backing
There was
track
no
or
backing
anything.
track,
It was you
They
hear
had
this
an organ sound.
Yeah, you have
like,
this long drawn out squeal. It's somebody on a guitar holding a string down while tweaking something on the synth or something like that.
Yep.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The musicianship of these people are so fucking great.
I want to listen. I can't remember what song it was that had the organ sound, but I'm like, I want to find that again because that was amazing. Like, I think it was with the keyboard that they did that, but it was so good. And one thing I thought, so a couple weeks ago, well, like a month ago now, we saw Journey.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they had the same amount of instruments on the stage for Blood Incantation that Journey has, minus the grand piano thing.
You think so?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because there was 3 keyboard, well, a synth and 2 keyboards.
Okay.
So I guess Journey had 4 keyboards, but whatever. But they had the drum, the bass, like all that stuff. This music has so much more depth than like Journey does. And it's like, I know they're different genres and stuff,
I get you.
but I had that thought during the middle of it where I'm just like, they have the same amount of instruments minus the grand piano. And it's just like so much more depth to it.
I kind of agree with you there. I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with you. There's more depth to it than Journey for sure. Like that's definitely the progginess of it. I think it's, well, I mean, just metal in general, like whatever. But like you were saying during the middle of it, you started to have that sort of thought. In the middle, I had a similar thought, but like different at the same time. That I was like, this kind of, the amount of instruments and then like the sound they're doing, what they're doing, kind of reminds me of Canate, is that the name of them?
Oh, yeah.
We saw them last year at Talia Hall.
Yeah.
Very like Sun O-esque.
Yeah.
Very airy, sort of spacey in terms of like the sound, and just very much evoking emotion and whatnot through just sounds.
That is very true. The emotion part of it, like, because you can get really ingrained into the emotion of the sounds without. I mean, like, were there any vocals?
Yeah, there were vocals.
Okay.
I mean, for what?
For Blood Incantation.
Yeah, there were vocals.
Yeah. And I remember Canate had some vocals as well, but it's like
because they did like singing type vocals, and then they also did like the deep growls for Blood Incantation.
Okay. I don't remember that part. I remember the instrumentals so much more. So, but yeah, I definitely want to listen to this.
Oh, that's
again.
Interesting, because when you said death metal, I thought you were talking about like the growls.
Oh, no.
It was
the
tone
guitars
of the
and
music.
everything. Yeah. So Blood Incantation definitely is on our list to see again. We'll definitely invite your friend next time that we see them. I immediately looked up to see if they're going to be a Fire in the Mountains.
Because probably not.
They're not.
But this would be a great fucking show for that.
This would be perfect in the mountains.
In terms of what you're expecting from a show from there. I don't know what we're getting with Blood in the Mountains, or not Blood in the Mountains, Fire in the Mountains. But yeah, I agree. This is the exact same music I want to experience. And I'm hoping that we get there. I think we will get that there.
With some bands, yeah.
We'll also get some heavier, harder shit as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I love them. Top show of the year probably for me right now in the running for sure.
Yeah, I definitely need to add it to the list for me too.
Before moving on to Emperor, I forgot there's a story I wanted to talk about with Gwar.
Let's talk about it.
And the Pink Pony Club. So I went to try to add these songs to our playlist on Spotify. We go to a show, we add these set lists on there in chronological order. If we see a band multiple times, we only add net new songs to the set list or the playlist we have on Spotify. So I'm adding Gwar, and I went to add Pink Pony Club, and they don't have that on Spotify. You can't put that on there. It was like an AV Club special that they did or something. I don't know what the fuck the AV Club is. Some sort of like podcaster. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But that's where they first revealed sort of and played Pink Pony Club.
Okay.
So when I searched for Pink Pony Club on Spotify to put in, one of the top results that came up at Pink Pony Club Gwar, one of the top results that came up was a 15-minute radio sort of chat about the song from Laser 103.3.
Are you serious?
Out of Des Moines. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So you can go there, listen to it.
We'll have to listen to that.
It was Heather and Wicked, I think, is the morning show that they have there. And they were just talking about the song, having people call in, people text in, like, should we play this, should we not? And it was mostly, fuck no, don't play that song. I hate that song. It sucks. With a few, oh my God, that's awesome. Play that, please. And Heather, I think, is the female on there. She was talking how she came to Laser 5 years ago. Was
it really only 5 years ago? I feel
for
like
her, apparently.
Oh, I feel like we lived there when she started. I feel like she's been there forever.
I thought so too. Maybe it's somebody else. But The guy was joking, Wicked was joking about like, oh yeah, Laser's gonna break big news or break big acts like Gwar on their radio station. And Heather was basically like, actually, when I came here 5 years ago, people asked me, why are you going to fucking Iowa? And she's like, well, Laser's a big known radio station. It's very popular, it's very well known, very well respected across the nation. I would say we're probably like number 5th in the nation in terms of radio stations.
Really?
And that's where I was like in my head, like, are you really? Everybody I know who listens to Laser and also has the opportunity to listen to Rock 108.
They're going to listen to Rock 108.
They tell you Rock 108's better. Like,
yeah.
Maybe it's not as widely known nationally, but then it also got me thinking, like, well, I guess if you're number 5, number 4 has got to be The Hog up in Milwaukee, with number 3 being whatever your sister station in Minneapolis is. Yeah. And number 1's probably K-Rock, and that just leaves a number 2 station probably in Dallas or some shit, or New York or Boston or some shit. I don't know. I wanted to bring that up because we have that connection to Laser. I disagree with them being, I could be wrong. Rock 108 is definitely better than Laser for sure.
Yeah, they play better music.
Yes, not as repetitive and for sure. Just a fun little story I wanted to talk about before or during the Gwar, but we forgot. But Absolute Everywhere with Blood Incantation.
Elsewhere.
Phenomenal fucking album. Amazing fucking live. They were so fucking awesome. I can't wait to see them again. But let's move on to the headliner or co-headliner. I don't know if this is a co-headliner or not.
I don't think so. I think it was Emperor's show with support from Blood Incantation.
But let's read off the set list for Emperor.
Into the affinity of thoughts. In the wordless chamber, thus spake the night spirit, the majesty of the night sky, ensorcelled by chaos, with strength I burn, curse you all men, wrath of the tyrant, the loss and curse of reverence, an elegy of Icarus. I am the black wizards, Inno Asantana, and then they ended with Ye in Transimperium.
Some fun names there.
Oh my gosh. I can read English.
What are they classified as?
Norwegian black metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Norwegian black metal.
Yeah.
I don't really get the black metal. I mean, a little bit.
It's more in the lyrics and stuff. I don't
guess.
know. I need to think of some thoughts.
All right, so I'll start.
Okay.
I really, really, really liked them.
Okay.
I loved the sound. The composition of the songs, it was really, really fucking good. I enjoyed their show a lot from a musical standpoint.
Okay.
From a energy on stage sort of standpoint, not so much. They were just sort of hanging out in their spots. They had their spots that they hung out in. There was like the one bassist guitarist who would like do the head twirl thing a bunch.
They twirled a lot.
But for the most part, it was sort of, I have my spot, I'm going to hang in my spot and play. And like there wasn't much of like a show aspect to it.
There's not.
It was very much a recital, a rehearsal type thing. Not a rehearsal, but like a we're going to come and play our tracks, our songs for you, which is great. They sounded amazing. I loved it. There wasn't as much of a show aspect to it, I would say.
No, there's not a show aspect, but there was a lot of movement on stage.
I guess. I didn't see it, but...
they're constantly, like, there was even, like, the synchronized, like, I don't even know how they do it, but, like, where everybody, like, kind of headbangs at the same time. And kind of like old school show.
Okay, maybe.
If you put it that way. The crowd had there was a mosh pit. There was lots of energy there. As for the music for me, I got tired of the vocals very quickly.
Okay.
And that took me out of it.
Interesting.
And
all right.
I don't know what it was about it, but I just was like, after like 4 songs, I was like, I want it changed up. I want the tempo changed up, the vocals changed. There was no change to anything.
So I was going to say this, like, I felt very bored by the show aspect of things. It was, like you said, very old school, I guess.
Yeah.
No big theatrical elements to the show like Gwar has, like so many theatrical elements.
Yeah. But neither did Blood Incantation. But the music kept you in.
The music was
the
music was there. That is different for sure. So like the show aspect for me, getting back to that a little bit, the show aspect for me wasn't there. The music I really enjoyed. I liked the vocals. It wasn't that annoying for me or anything, or not necessarily annoying. You didn't say annoying, but
I wanted some change.
Yeah,
some change
around the 8th or 9th song, I started getting a little bored because it was very repetitive. All the songs did seem very similar and whatnot. I'm sure, again, if you're a big fan, you'd be able to pick off the nuances between them and whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
But for us just going in fresh off the street, not knowing anything about them, it was very sort of repetitive by the end.
And have you ever heard the name Emperor?
Never.
Oh, okay, I have. And I remember seeing albums at like, I think Reckless has some, and then I've seen some at like Bucket of Blood. Probably in Denver at that one record store. I've seen the albums
Angelo's,
before.
CD and vinyl.
Yes, that place. I've known of the name. It's just never been something that I've like sought out.
Yeah, no, I have not known the name.
I don't seek out black metal that often, and I feel like I want to more.
See, to me, this isn't black metal. It's so different to me.
Why is it different to you?
So corpse paint for one. Again, like the theatrics, the corpse paint coming out there with these 20-inch fucking spikes and all in black and shit. Like,
did they ever do that back in like the 90s?
Maybe. Black metal to me has not only the lyrical aspect of it, but there's also that visual component.
Okay.
And this definitely didn't have that visual component. Now, we've seen black metal at like Decibel, Barren Metal Festival. Like, there's a lot of black metal that they play there, and it's fucking awesome. But again, that's like the show aspect of things, the aesthetic aspect of things that go along with the music. And same thing there, though. After a few tracks, I do get a little bored with the music, and I want something new and different because its tracks all have sort of the same sort of vibe until they play their one track that is slightly different. Then it's like, oh my God, that's awesome.
So you want that?
Yes. Yeah, I want like, yeah, exactly. Like mayhem and shit like that.
Okay. I feel like they may have used to do that.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. But now they're like 50s. 60s.
I guess. I don't know. The crowd was really fucking into it. Like I said, it filled up toward the end of the night with the floor.
Definitely not sold out by any. I mean, like.
From an Aragon perspective.
No.
Sold out.
I mean, even like not even close to selling out perspective. Like. There's plenty
for their
of room.
own. I feel like I feel like this was a comfortable sold out. If this was marked as sold out, I was like, this is.
I think it's comfortable as well. However, compared to even concerts that we've been to that are not sold out, this was less people.
But again, from the Aragon perspective, because they want to fill every single inch. Yeah. So
maybe that even now that we know that like upstairs is like GA area, I wonder if that little area counts as tickets.
Sure it does. Yeah.
So I mean, because you could get quite a few people up there.
Yeah.
So we have a whole episode on the whole sold out thing, and it's kind of like I feel like the Aragon is like, oh, there's some area back by the steps, like 5 bodies can stand there, so let's sell those tickets.
But back to like the boredomness of things, like we did leave right before the final song.
Oh yeah,
to try to get get an Uber, but Uber's really expensive, so we took the train.
We did, yeah. I was hoping to get an Uber since we left early, but I wasn't gonna pay over $30 to go home.
So we get up to the train. There's a guy standing there. We start talking to him for a little bit, and he's like, "Did you just come from the show?" We're like, "Yep." He's like, "What'd you think?" And we're like, "Emperor's cool. We like them, but Blood Incantation, holy fuck." He's like, "Yeah, that's why I'm here. I came here for Blood Incantation." Then he gets on a train going north. We're going south, and another couple comes up, and they're chatting amongst themselves. I'm kind of overhearing what they're saying.
Oh, I wasn't listening to anything they were saying.
And one of the people was saying basically like, yeah, but Emperor doesn't really do anything, and then every like 5 years they'll go on like tour or something.
Oh, okay.
So they sort of build up the fan base to like, oh my God, I have to go see Emperor because who knows if they'll come back.
I see.
Which makes sense. It makes sense because a black metal show doesn't sell out that well. Reggie's sometimes I feel like struggles to sell out black metal.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sells out really well at Reggie's. So it's really hit and miss.
It is a toss-up at Reggie's, like what is selling and what isn't selling.
Like Decibel came through a couple years ago, and it was way oversold. And that was like all death metal, black metal and whatnot, not death metal. Anywho, he then turns to us and he's like, "What'd you guys think?" And was it boring to you? I was like, honestly, yeah, a little bit toward the end, it was a little boring. It's like, yeah, we were saying the same thing a little bit in terms of like, it wasn't boring. It was just sort of repetitive.
Yeah. I think if you're a fan of Emperor, I mean, we have this with other shows as well, but I think if you're a fan of the band, then you're excited when they say like, oh, we're going to play this song. Cause you heard that, like you heard the crowd kind of cheer and stuff. Like when certain songs were like, they were like, we're going to play this or whatever.
And I mean, that's completely fair because I mean, think of like Lamb of God. I would venture to say, and I think rightfully so, people would say Lamb of God, all their shit sounds the same.
It does sound the same, and it's the same show every single time.
Right. So like, but I'm excited for that. I like there's it's just the thing I'm into. I don't know Emperor that well. If I knew them better, maybe I would be like more excited and whatnot.
Exactly. And we've talked to people who saw like Amon Amarth.
Yeah.
And they're like, he said, this person that we were talking to said, I saw them a few years ago. I don't need to see it again.
Yep.
Where we're opposite, where we're like, if I'm in a Marth
every fucking time.
Yeah, like if they're coming through, we're gonna see them.
Play the same 6 songs. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there's just your bands that you are fine seeing multiple times, and there's bands that are like, okay, well, we saw them, so now we're good, sort of thing.
Coming in blind off the street, again, I really liked the music. I thought the music was really good, really enjoyable, up until around track 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Then it's like, all right, well, I'm kind of sort of over this. I want to kind of move on to the next thing, please.
We did forget to say there was an exciting part during song 3.
Yes. I liked that. That was fucking hilarious.
They did very well. I don't even think they knew what was going on. But
I think they did.
Did they?
I think
on
they
stage?
did.
Well, I think maybe not the first time, but the second time. But anyways, what happened was everything just went out. Like the sound went out and everything. You could still hear them playing.
The lights were still working, I think.
The lights were working, and you could hear them playing, just very muffled, obviously, because it's only from the stage.
I think it's like their stage amps, and it's not wired into like the overall PA system in the house, and it just sort of like cut out.
Yeah. So it cut out, and then it came back. So then obviously everybody's cheering and stuff, and then it cut out again, and they were still playing and stuff. And that's when I saw them kind of like turn around, like what's going on or whatever. And the crowd's obviously still fine, like cheering or whatever. And then,
and as you said, again, we're in the back in the balcony, and you could still hear
them. Yeah.
The amp on stage.
Yeah. I mean, it's very quiet. I mean, quiet compared to
but you
over
could
the PA,
hear it.
But, and then it happened again, or like then it came back, and then it happened again, and then they got it fixed.
I think it happened a total of 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It cut out 3 times. Yeah.
And then after they got done, they were like, "Okay, are you guys still with us?
Can you still hear us all right?"
and then it never happened again.
No, it didn't happen again. They played another song, and then after that song, and you can still hear us, right? It was.
Yeah. But it's. I thought that they would have stopped playing and then like started over, but they didn't. They just kept playing all the way through the song and then just went on to the next one or whatever. It's interesting how bands handle those things.
Yeah, some bands I have seen where they're like they fuck up and they're like, all right, we're gonna play this song again and do it right.
Yeah.
And there's other bands like it's live, we fucked up, who cares? We're moving on.
Yeah.
Like
we're not
here all night.
They didn't fuck up then.
Right. Right. But like
technology
the fan didn't
up.
get the experience that they're expecting.
Yeah.
This happened similar to like a similar thing happened at West Chicago where like the power went out and the band still played and whatnot, and then the power came back on.
Yeah. That's true. That happened, but we're that's such a small area that we couldn't tell a difference between
other than the lights going out.
Yeah, lights going out. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I've experienced anything like that before, except for West Chicago and now this. Yeah. Those are like the only 2 times.
Well, we've been where like an amp will go out or something like that, but not
everything.
Everything going out. Yeah. Yeah. It was very interesting.
Wrapping this up though, all in all, 2 fun shows. One a little funner than
different.
Yeah, 2 different shows for sure.
Yeah.
One unbelievable, amazing set, which was Blood Incantation.
I would agree.
Just because like that music alone, like holy fuck, this is my shit. This is the shit I love.
Yeah.
Progressive metal, progressive death metal.
Do you know what I can't wait for? At night, sitting out on the patio on a warm summer night, having this playing and just like looking out. I want to do that.
Maybe get a pre-roll or something and just sort of zone out. Like that's definitely music that you can like. All right, we're not doing anything for the rest of the night. Right. We're just gonna fucking chill.
We're done, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go outside and listen to this.
That's gonna be a fun time for sure. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the concert reports for this week. Reports with
reports.
Emperor Gwar. moving
Emperor
on.
Gwar.
Emperor Gwar. Thank you. Yes. Moving along, our last segment, our last section of the show is always the concert calendar, where we look forward to new shows that have been announced that we may or may not be going to. But these are the new shows that we saw get announced this week, and there's not necessarily a whole lot that I had this week.
Well, no, and we kind of double dipped this week by doing 2 shows.
We did also do that, right?
Yeah.
Recording 2 shows basically within
within
time.
5 days of each other. So
the first one though is President is doing their first North America tour. Sorry, they call it campaign, North America campaign.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which I liked that.
That makes sense.
Change it a little bit to meet your aesthetic that you're putting out there. I liked that. This is going to be with Zenobia and Showing Teeth.
I didn't realize that they hadn't done a North America tour before.
They just sort of blew up out of nowhere. And there's people talking about them being industry plants and blah, 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 and all that.
Yeah, I've heard that. But
I haven't listened to any of their music.
They did do a one-off show in Milwaukee.
Did they
not
really?
Not too long ago. It was the night before we went up for a show.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Beartooth and President, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right before 3 Days Grace.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Anyway, this one kicks off September 4th in Nashville, ending October 14th in Dallas, Texas, with a bunch of dates in between there, including one in Chicago.
Oh, where are they going to be in Chicago?
Riviera.
Oh, that seems kind of small. We'll see. I guess we'll see how
Who knows
how
how big
goes.
they actually are.
Yeah.
I
feel like they've blown up so much.
I don't know anything about them, honestly,
Yeah.
other than it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then people calling them an industry plant. They could be an interesting show to see. We may or may not be going to
It
that
is one of those shows where supposedly you don't know who any of the members are.
I thought they announced the singer.
Oh, did
who
they?
he was. I thought they did.
Oh.
When they first sort of blew up, like after all they did their first show or whatnot at like some festival or some shit, I thought it was announced who the singer was.
Oh. I didn't see that.
I didn't give
know.
a shit. I didn't really care.
Yeah. I guess I haven't really followed them either. So.
Same. But again, if we go to the show, we might have a different tone on that one. Another show also coming to Chicago, and a bunch of other places, is Baby Metal with their world
they're only
tour.
coming to Chicago.
Only to Chicago. In support with them is Hellstorm and Violent Vera. Now, I first saw this from an email from Hellstorm.
Oh,
We're
okay.
on like their mailing list or some shit
Okay.
because we signed up for it, basically. And I was like, oh shit, Hellstorm's finally come to Chicago. We haven't seen them in Chicago. They always tour, but like outside of Chicago.
Oh, we saw them at Back to Beginning. I was like, wait, we did see them once.
That was the only time we've seen them. And it's sort of one of those bands like, I can't believe we haven't seen them before. And so I thought this was their tour, which makes sense to me. Seeing that it's actually Baby Metal's tour is...
Interesting.
I'm like, I did not think they were that big. I like Baby Metal. Every time we go to the show, the crowd's fucking awesome and really into it. They bring a weird, unique crowd.
Yeah,
They're sort of that.
different. Yeah.
We talked about this with Galactic Empire, that Venn diagram of nerds and metalheads. They are in that same sort of Venn diagram of bringing those two groups together.
Yeah, and also just non-metalheads, a lot of younger people as well.
Definitely like anime, Japanese culture.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying with the younger people is like the first time we saw Baby Metal was in Milwaukee, and I remember there was a lot of young girls there, which is awesome to see. I'm not saying anything about that, but it's like definitely, like not your typical metalhead or even like, and I loved seeing all the little kids there. Well, I'm saying like little kids, but there were a lot of little kids there. But I love seeing it because in my mind, I'm like, if they like or end up liking Baby Metal, maybe they would move on to something else, which would
they're like those bridges. They're like that bridge band.
Yeah, which would be awesome with Hellstorm. And I'm only bringing up the little girl thing because it's like being, Lizzie Hill as the lead vocalist. It's like, like
she's a very prominent individual in the rock, especially radio rock community.
Yeah.
And like a very good image for little girls to be like, I can do that too.
Yes, exactly. Especially in the metal community where it's very male driven.
There's, I mean, I had a book club not too long ago and they sort of joked about that of like
male driven.
They're like, I wish that they were joking around. It'd be kind of cool if there was like a metal neighborhood in Chicago. Like, how every Chicago, like neighborhoods have their own vibes.
We would live there.
And they're like, yeah, but it's going to be so dangerous and scary and a bunch of just white skinhead males there. And a part of me is like, I didn't want to argue with them, so I just let them have their conversation. But a part of me is like, metal does have that sort of vibe from the outside of it's definitely white male dominated. And I think it is.
It is. Oh, it totally is. but not scary.
Right. But also it's not as much that way anymore. I feel like metal in the metal community is extremely diverse versus country and other genres.
Yeah, I would agree there.
And a couple weeks ago or last week or something, I was talking about how I'm not really listening to new music. I've been going down this dark country route and whatnot. I couldn't remember what the subgenre was called. I thought it was black country. So I typed in black country. Black country is a subgenre of country where the singer or members of the band are black.
Oh, like Darius Rucker.
Right. The skin tone is black.
Okay.
Metal's different. Like we have black metal. We just talked about black metal.
Yeah.
Norwegian black metal. Black metal has nothing to do with the skin tone. It has something to do with the vibe, the emotion that the music presents or, gives out. So when I put in dark country or black country, it was, I wanted dark, themes and like scary themes and dealing with depression and depression and substance abuse.
Depression.
Right. But like in a slower sort of country twangy kind of way. But no, like you go to other genres and it's black or whatever. It's talking about the skin tone where metal is all about the emotion or the vibe that it gives off. And metal music, sure, I agree. It has a very, not linear, but we are still a very white male dominated genre. But I would argue we are very much more diverse than other genres of music.
There are some, yeah. It's getting that way where it's more diverse than what it was.
Sure.
And even looking back on some of those old streaming apps of like the old like 90s and 80s and stuff where it's like only white males.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you've got a lot of females, you get people of color, you get different, demographics, and everybody's there. So
3 Asian women singing Japanese. 3 Japanese women singing in their native tongue.
Yes.
This tour, we kind of went on a tangent, as we always do, but this kicks off August 30th in San Diego, ending November 12th in Mexico City. A bunch of dates in between, including Chicago, which we may or may not be going to as well.
We'll see how much the tickets are.
Yeah, we've seen Bay Metal a lot.
Well, and just where it is in Chicago, like I feel like those tickets are always overpriced.
They're at Northern Island, and those are a bit pricey at times. Another Live Nation venue type thing. But hey, maybe if we wait till the day of, they'll sell them for $20.
Maybe, who knows?
The last one in the U.S. we hinted at earlier is Monolord is going on tour, and they've got a bunch of dates spattered throughout the year.
Is it all with Chemists or?
No, there's another section that's with like Mizmor, Mizmor, and then some with Chemists, but these dates are all over the place. They're all over the world. It seems like they're over in Europe in May and just scattered throughout.
Oh, and then October they're in Europe too.
Yeah,
so they're all over the place.
They've got a lot of fucking dates out there. The Chemist one is here in Talia Hall at the end of August. So a lot of dates for them. If you're interested in checking them out, go check out their website for tour dates and whatnot. But a lot of opportunities to possibly see them. Unfortunately, I won't, but hopefully you can go.
I hope so, because I've been thinking about Chemists so much in the last couple of years. We haven't seen them for a long time. And
knowing these guys are Swedish Doom,
I know.
Come on, that's going to be fucking awesome.
It's going to be a great show. I think I told you, I might leave, a little bit into the headliner, because I didn't even know who the headliner was, just because I don't like to travel home by myself. But now knowing that they're Swedish Doom, I may need to stay a little bit longer. But
and that wraps up the North America. We do have one European show as well with Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams, who is that?
I think that's a real person way back when. She was killed as a witch. Wasn't she killed as a witch or something?
Okay.
That's I've heard the names.
That's probably where it's
I'm
coming
getting
from.
it from.
Yeah.
But they're going to be on tour with Shagor. In Europe. Let's look up these dates real quick, and then we'll look up Abigail Williams, the real person.
Oh, she looks amazing.
the band looks fucking awesome.
It's probably like the Black Dahlia murder sort of thing. Like the name is coming from that.
Yeah. This kicks off May 31st in Scarborough, UK, and then ends June 13th in Tilburg, Netherlands, with a few dates in between there.
They're going to be in at Dolan's.
Oh, are they really?
In Limerick, yes, on 6/6.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Darn. That would have been a great show. I don't even know who they are, but I love Dolan's.
Dolan's is awesome.
I hope we make it back there someday.
And yeah, that's going to wrap up this week's episode.
Much longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. A bunch of tangents in there for sure.
Good conversation though. We had some good shows this week.
We did,
also saw Lacuna Coil, which we already posted.
Yeah,
but we saw that this week as well. So
was that this week? A week ago today,
Yeah,
as of this recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be gone for a few weeks. So we got those filler episodes coming in, and then we'll be back with awesome shows. There's a lot coming up this year that I'm really excited for.
Yeah. We have a busy week the week that we get back from our family.
Yeah.
Time.
Got to take that family time every now and then and just relax time and whatnot. So hopefully you enjoy the next few weeks of the episodes and content we have scheduled for you. We also have a new vlog,
the
Headbangers Boat, that should be coming out. I don't know when. I might post that Saturday after this, so whatever date that is going to be. But that will be the next Headbanger Boat vlog.
Yeah.
After that, I'd have the camping prep festival that's just about done, so that will be posted real soon as well for those of you going to do your camping festival. That vlog's just about us
learning,
prepping, making sure we got all the equipment we need, walking through what it costs us to buy the equipment, and just a vlog of us camping and whatnot. So before going to our first camping festival, which we did already. So hopefully that will be up soon as well. But I don't know. Lots to look forward to later this year. Mostly live music. So get out there, check out some live music, and maybe we'll see you at the next show.
Bye.